Did you know that senior citizens are often the prime targets of scams? It's an uncomfortable truth we must address. Over recent years, we've seen a disturbing rise in such cases. Scammers exploit the trust, kindness, and sometimes the loneliness of our elders. They prey on the most vulnerable among us, the ones who've worked hard all their lives, only to become victims in their golden years. With this in mind, let's dive deeper into the different types of scams that target our elderlies. Have you heard about the grandparent scam? It's shockingly common. This con targets our natural instinct to protect and help our family, and it's particularly nasty because it manipulates the victim emotionally, often leading to devastating consequences. Let's walk through a real-life case to illustrate how this scam works. Picture this. An elderly woman gets a frantic call from someone who, through choked sobs, claims to be her grandson. The caller says he's been in a terrible car accident or maybe arrested for a minor offense. He's in trouble and needs money immediately. The grandson might even know some personal details about the real grandchild, making the story seem incredibly convincing. This is where the emotional manipulation kicks in. The grandson pleads with his grandmother not to tell his parents, to keep it between them. He needs her help, and he's relying on her love and trust to keep his secret. The elderly woman, with her heart pounding and mind racing, is ready to do anything to help her beloved grandson. The scammer then instructs her to wire money or buy gift cards and provide him the serial numbers. Once she does this, the money is gone for good. The scammer disappears, and when the real grandson calls or visits, the harsh reality of the scam is revealed. The aftermath of such a scam is both financially and emotionally destructive. Many victims lose thousands of dollars, but it's the emotional toll that's often harder to bear. Victims feel deeply betrayed and violated. They may lose trust in others and in their own ability to discern truth from falsehood. This scam is a stark reminder of how low fraudsters will stoop to exploit emotions for personal gain. They prey on the love and trust that exists between family members, turning it into a weapon against their unsuspecting victims. That's one example of how scammers exploit emotions, but there's more. Another prevalent scam is the lottery scam, where the victim believes they've won a large sum of money. Imagine this. Out of the blue, you receive a call or an email informing you that you've won a lottery, a sweepstake, or a grand prize in some lucky draw. The feeling is exhilarating, isn't it? A sudden windfall that could change your life. But hold on, there's a catch. You're asked to pay a small fee to claim your prize. Sounds reasonable? Well, this is where the lottery scam comes into play. Let's delve into a real-life case study. We'll call our victim Mr. Smith. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Smith received a phone call. The caller, posing as an official from a well-known lottery company, informed him that he'd won a whopping $1 million jackpot. Mr. Smith, elated and surprised, was then told he needed to pay a few $100s for tax purposes to claim his prize. The scammer was convincing, using professional jargon and citing official-sounding regulations. Mr. Smith, not wanting to lose out on his fortune, agreed to pay the fee. The scammer then provided him with details of a bank account where he should transfer the money. Once Mr. Smith made the payment, the scammer disappeared. The promised prize never came, and the contact number was no longer in service. Mr. Smith realized he'd fallen victim to the lottery scam. His dreams of a sudden fortune shattered. The aftermath of such scams can be devastating. Victims not only lose money but also suffer emotional distress. In Mr. Smith's case, he lost his hard-earned savings and was left with a bitter taste of betrayal. The lottery scam preys on the victim's excitement and the human tendency to let the guard down in the face of a supposed windfall. It's a cruel trick that leaves victims in a financial and emotional mess. That's a hard pill to swallow, but awareness is the first step towards prevention. The tech support scam is one that takes advantage of our elderly's unfamiliarity with technology. Imagine this, you're enjoying a peaceful afternoon when suddenly your phone rings. It's a call from tech support, claiming that your computer has been infected with a virus. They sound professional, they sound convincing, and they're offering to help. Sounds like a lifeline, right? Well, not quite. This is the setup for the notorious tech support scam. Let's look at a real-life example. Meet Jane, a retired teacher. One day she received a call from someone claiming to be from a well-known tech company. The caller told Jane that her computer was under attack by a dangerous virus. They offered to fix the issue remotely, and Jane, worried about her computer, agreed. The scammer guided Jane to download a remote access tool, which they claimed would allow them to fix the problem. In reality, This software gave the scammer full access to Jane's computer. They were able to see every keystroke Jane made, including when she typed in her passwords. The scammer then showed Jane a screen full of technical jargon and claimed it was proof of the infection. They offered to clean her computer for a fee. Pressured and scared, Jane agreed and provided her credit card details. Little did she know she was not just paying for a non-existent service, but also giving the scammer access to her financial information. In the aftermath, Jane discovered fraudulent charges on her credit card, and her personal email account had been compromised. The scammer had not only tricked her out of money, but also gained access to her sensitive personal information. This scam can be particularly devastating due to the access to personal information it can provide. The tech support scam is a stark reminder that not every helping hand is genuine. It's crucial to stay vigilant, to question the unexpected, and to remember that reputable companies will never call you out of the blue to report a problem with your computer. Now that we've shared some of the most common scams, let's talk about how to protect against them. The first and most crucial step in protecting yourself is to stay informed. The more you know about the different types of scams out there, the better equipped you'll be to spot them. This means keeping up to date with the latest scam tactics. You can do this by regularly checking reliable sources such as news outlets, government websites, and consumer protection agencies. Next, always maintain a healthy level of skepticism, especially when it comes to unsolicited contacts. If someone rings you out of the blue, claiming to be from your bank, the government, a tech firm, or a charity, take a moment to question it. Even if they seem genuine, it's always worth verifying their identity by independently finding the organization's contact details and getting in touch with them directly. Another important guideline is to never share personal information with someone you don't trust. This includes your bank details, your social security number, and even seemingly harmless information like your date of birth or your mother's maiden name. It's astonishing how much damage a scammer can do with just a few pieces of personal information. When it comes to online safety, ensure you have a robust password for all your accounts and change them regularly. Use two-factor authentication whenever it's available. Also, be cautious of email links and attachments, as they can lead to malicious websites or download harmful software onto your device. Lastly, if you're unsure about something, don't hesitate to ask for help. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or a professional advisor. There's absolutely no shame in asking for a second opinion. In fact, it's a wise thing to do. Remember, scammers are cunning and they constantly adapt their methods. But by staying informed, being skeptical of unsolicited contacts, never sharing personal information, and seeking advice when unsure, you can greatly reduce your risk of falling victim to a scam. It's a challenging landscape, but knowledge is our most potent weapon. By staying alert, questioning suspicious interactions, and reporting any potential scams, we can safeguard our seniors from these predatory practices. It's a collective effort, and every little bit counts. Together, we can make a difference and protect our loved ones from falling victim to these cruel scams.